Hello there. Ah, you're a quiet one, I see. Well, let me share a tale. This workman behind me is digging the foundation for a building which in 200 years will be home to a very special house. The house will tell stories filled with pirates, revolution, sunken ships and children's dreams, eventually gaining global acclaim for its good works. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. To get to this part of the story, we fast forward 157 years to Boston. It's 1773 and the American colonists have just thrown a big party which starts a war with Britain. Through some treaties, the Dutch are dragged into war with Britain as well. Now for the pirates, I promised. Well, not really pirates, but close. British ship captains had special permission to capture enemy ships. The polite name for this dubious activity was privateering. Welcome Captain Samuel Smith. In 1783, Samuel's ship, the Nancy, attacked a Dutch ship named Amsterdam's Welvaren. Not giving up easily, the Welvaren was badly damaged during its capture and eventually taken to Limerick, Ireland, where the story might have ended, yet the intrigue was just beginning. You see, Captain Smith had an equal partner, John Warder, who, as the story goes, did not know Smith had adopted the pirate life. When John's religious friends found out about the ship, he was in a whole load of trouble, because as a Quaker, benefiting from war was completely forbidden. With this huge liability on his hands, John, very judiciously, insured everything before being required to return the ship and its cargo to its rightful owners. After the repair, the Amsterdam's Welvaren set sail for London and in a crazy twist of fate hit a terrible storm and sank. Everything was lost. John went from owning half a ship of stolen goods to getting paid the cash equivalent of an entire ship and its lost cargo. John was now holding money he couldn't spend without making many of his religious society friends angry. He took out newspaper advertisements in hopes of repaying those who had sustained losses. He found some, but not all, and pressure was building. After the war, with problems brewing overseas, John decided to rejoin his family in the newly formed United States. But before his religious society friends would give him the letters of recommendation required to travel there, he was forced to turn over the remaining insurance money to the Quakers of Dorset, England. And as wise investors, the money grew and grew. The question then became how to spend it. To answer this, it took some 40 years and the entrance of one Swiss Quaker named John Mollet, who was intrigued by a new school system developed in England, what we today call kindergartens. He succeeded in convincing the Dorset Quakers to use the money to build the first kindergarten in the Netherlands. In 1830, the Amsterdam's Welvaren kindergarten was opened. It successfully ran for a century and a half, finally closing in 1978 as families left cities for the comfort of the suburbs. The Warder family legacy continued on for many generations. His grandson, Austin, went on to become the father of forest preservation in the US, while his great-grandson, Henry Joel Cadbury of chocolate fame, spoke of Amsterdam's Welvaren in his Nobel laureate speech in 1948. Today, the house is filled with clues from its past. The ship sails above the entrance and at the apex of the roof. The initials of John Warder are sculptured on the building, and the bare tile on the front of the house gave the street its name. Peek inside the house and you'll see the historic plaque, produced in 1860, now woven into the fabric of the walls to commemorate its role in Dutch, US and British history. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed our tale. Now we invite you to continue the story. Today we host entrepreneurs and artists, thought leaders and healers, retreats and events that have a major impact on the world. We, like the beautiful tulips of Amsterdam, express ourselves in many wonderful colours. Our garden keeps growing. Join us and watch your colour bloom. Welcome to Amsterdam's Welvaren.